Hey everyone, this is me, the Undead Viking. I got another RPG review for you. I'm going to be talking about this book for you. It's called Beneath the Inverted Church. Now, this is the first in a series of adventure books that are going to be coming out by this designer here. Hopefully I'm pronouncing his name correctly, Justin Sirois. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. But this is an adventure book in a really weird world. Now, I'm not gonna, as with these role-playing game reviews, I don't like to go really in-depth to a lot of things, just basically because players could watch this and then they could glean information or what have you, and then have like the secrets of the dungeon. And this one's got a lot of secrets and it's got a lot of things going on and a lot of surprises. This isn't like some straightforward dungeon crawl, go in, kill the goblins, get their loot, and come out. This is a pretty weird world they got going on in here. So the premise of this is that they're basically the heroes come across this kind of world, or this area of the world, and there's a lot of bad things going on. Like there's some marauders, there's some bandits or what have you, but there's like this dungeon that everybody kind of knows, this inverted church or what have you, and for reasons that I'm not going to explain, the players are going to have to investigate this dungeon, investigate this place called the Inverted Church. And inside this Inverted Church, there is definitely some pretty twisted stuff going on. This is a mature adventure. There are, even players that are going to adults or whatever. I definitely believe there's going to be players that are going to have issues, or like parts of it are going to be like, ooh, they're gonna definitely have that's kind of horrific, what you're describing to me, and some of this is in the mature sense as well. And when I by mature, I am talking about those late night movies you might have watched on Cinemax that your parents didn't know about, that type of thing. Now, that might be one of those things where it might turn you away from this, and I fully recognize that. I mean, I did read this, and I didn't find anything in here that I really found it does not like make fun of assault or anything like that. It is not one of those things where, in my opinion, it handles the subject matter with respect and decorum, I guess would be a way, but it doesn't shy away from being descriptive, if that makes sense, right? It doesn't sensationalize it. It doesn't trivialize it or anything like that. That being said, this isn't going to be for everybody, so just take that as well. And a good GM could definitely remove a lot of the stuff that you'd have a problem with. It's one of those things where I felt it walked the line pretty well, between being serious and having and having these adult situations or what have you, and being serious about them and presenting them in a way, and it came close, and maybe it did the toes went over the line a couple of times when it got into a little too much flagrancy, if you will. But it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't salacious in any way. It was definitely just handled in a way that it made me uncomfortable a few times. And that's actually one of the things about this, is that they actually have the GM is supposed to actually watch the players, and when they describe something to them and they actually kind of react, the players themselves react in a way like that makes them feel uncomfortable, that actually then is like a trigger for things in the game to actually take effect, and for the players themselves to have them being affected, and them being kind of harmed in a way, with just how this evil thing that's going on, and it is represented by it is embodied by something, and once again, I'm trying to not say too much here, but it definitely it's kind of invades the player's psyche, and basically it stresses them out, and as they get stressed and more stressed and what have you, they begin to, obviously having problems and having issues and not being able to function as well. Now, on a strict straightforward, like how does this game work and what it is. It is, like everything about it as far as like describing the different areas and the interactions with the NPCs, and there's a lot of NPCs, and there's a lot of things that those NPCs do that are definitely are like, they script out the encounters very, very well on how if the players do this, the NPCs will react like this. If they do this, and so forth. And on a level of like the GM not having to wing it and like go, oh, well, maybe they do this. It definitely does cover those bases really well. It's something that I really liked, so it's going to lead you to the summation. The maps in it, I mean, I guess like the maps are functional. I mean, they aren't like, super like highly detailed or anything like that, but they'll tell you exactly what you need to know for the different areas, and they will set them up. The artwork in it is fantastic. I mean, here's like a line work of like that evil like demon toad thing or whatever. The line work, like I said, is really, really, really well done. And there are like fantastic like giant tables of things that you get to roll on and like spring upon your players to kind of turn them about and twist them up. I really liked this picture of this knight with this cool candles burning and these little things. And so, I won't tell you what that is because that's actually a pretty big part of the game. But it's one of those things where like it describes everything that it needs to, and it doesn't overly describe things that don't have to. It doesn't go and give you a map of an inn, because the players are not really going to be doing it, but it tells you what the people in the inn are doing and what they're thinking and what have you. It gives you a bunch more things to, like, as far as, like it gives a really, really good map here of like the town and what's in the town that you're going to be dealing with. It describes like people's motives and what they want and things that are going on really, really well. And I mean, it's just like, once again, I can't give away too much about this one because of the fact that it's pretty grim and gruesome, and it is definitely a mature like way to like spring this on. Now this is like a system neutral book, so you could definitely take what it's giving you and implement it in whatever fantasy game that you play, and the rule set will work just fine. Now, what do I say about this? Ultimately, I really liked the book. It was a good read. It was a fun read, and it definitely gave me some ideas as far as what I could do in certain adventures that I could do. Would I ever run this? I don't know. I mean, it's not that I wouldn't think it would be good. I wonder how my game group would react to it, I guess. And not that my game group would like have a problem with it. Like I don't think like the subject matter or anything like that. But it's one of those things where it's maybe just doesn't suit our style of play very well, if you will. And, we're all grown men in our 40s, so we're not like in a situation where we're like, either too young or too old for it, if that makes sense. So, I definitely am going to steal some ideas from this. There's a fantastic, way of portaling between two different worlds that once again I can't really describe because it'll give away one of the secrets, but I'm definitely going to use something like that in an adventure that I'm going to be running in the future. It's definitely something that's going to be incorporated in my next campaign. Ultimately it's worth it. It's really, really good. I mean, it's a good book. It's got fantastic art, and at the very least, you'll enjoy the read. And if you actually, I think if your players play through this, it's going to be one of those situations where they are going to experience something they probably haven't had before, as far as running an RPG. So, yeah, I recommend this one. Go ahead and check it out. You can, I suppose, Google it. They ran a Kickstarter, I believe, to get this funded. So you can probably find all the links you need to on that Kickstarter to get this done. So there you go. That is underneath, or I'm sorry, beneath. I apologize. The Inverted Church. Check it out. If you have any questions about it, ask away. I'll be happy to answer those as best as I can. As always, thank you very much for your time, and you have yourself one heck of an awesome day. All right, bye-bye.